Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. In today's session, we are going to discuss something very important, and I'm sure, irrespective of any age, everyone is concerned about this particular issue. And the topic is, should we watch the porn and pornographic content that is available in internet? It includes not only videos, those are available in internet, but also the kind of written content. I will not call it literature because it's an insult to literature if we categorize pornographic content or obscene or like masteram kind of content in as a literature. I don't think it's a literature. So we will discuss all these things. Should we follow it or we should not follow it? See, there are two groups as in every case. Few favor it, few are against it. We will see one by one the arguments given in favor and given against watching pornographic content. Firstly, people who support pornographic content and they are not against it. They say it's up to every individual how they watch porn and how they utilize it as per their opinion by watching porn. You know, in society, everyone has his or her own struggle, his or her own battle, his or her own background. Few people are with their partners, few people are single, maybe different reasons. Sometimes their partner is no more in this world, sometimes due to failed relationships, sometimes they have chosen to be single, or any other reason. So, for them to satisfy their physical needs, see, sex is also like a physical need. The way people need food, the way people need water, the way people need sleep. Same way, if you are not an asexual person, you need sex. So people who are single, they are not into any relationship, they are not with anybody else. In that case, it is assumed that if they watch porn just to satisfy their biological needs, it's quite okay because they are doing it inside their home, they are not harming anyone, and right to choose is for them too. So, and if they are not harming anyone, if they are not curtailing anybody else's liberty, so let it be, there should not be any problem. And second argument is also given that if you watch pornography, although it is very controversial, but let me say it, it is being said that people who watch porn in some extent, not beyond a level, I mean, don't watch in extreme, but in some extent, if they watch, then it also improves concentration level because uh, if you watch it, your stress actually gets released, and in doing better in your life, you need a peaceful mind and which is free from stress. And if you do watch porn, it actually releases, it works as a catalyst to release your stress. So these are the arguments given in favor of watching pornographic content. Now there are some arguments which are against pornographic content. Firstly, as usual, we can guess, it is said that it is against Indian tradition. It is against Indian tradition, Indian civilization, and Indian culture. Although people who say it, they don't know about Khajuraho. I think they also don't know about Kama Sutra, and they don't know about other religious mythologies and stories which are associated with ancient tradition and ancient Indian. historical culture. Secondly, it is also said that pornographic content does not only damage your biological sexual performance, but also it damages you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. We will understand it one by one. Biologically, because a person who watches porn, he or she starts imagining some, what to say, uh, unnatural kind of sex with his or her partners. In pornographic content, there is two types of porn: hard porn and soft porn. If you watch soft porn, it's just penetration and kiss and hugs, etc. But if you watch hard porn, it has violent content, and it's not natural basically, and it objectifies women's body, and in certain extent it also promotes a person to commit violence against women. So if a person watches porn, हिज बायोलॉजिकल परफॉर्मेंस एक तो ये कि अपने पार्टनर को लेकर के उसकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती हैं, और बियॉन्ड दैट पॉइंट इफ ही इज इफ ही और शी इज़ नॉट बीइंग सेटिस्फाइड बाय हिज आर हर पार्टनर, उनके रिलेशनशिप में बहुत सारे इश्यूज आने लगते हैं, क्योंकि वो इमेजिनरी वर्ल्ड में जिस तरीके का वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में आप जो देखते हो फोनोग्राफ में, आप उसी टाइप का परफॉर्मेंस चाह रहे होते हो अपने पार्टनर से, एंड विच इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल एक्चुअली, because people who are into this industry, pornographic industry, वो बहुत सारे ड्रग्स और मेडिसिन वगैरह का यूज करने के बाद दे परफॉर्म सच सेक्सुअल एक्ट्स. So a normal person cannot match with such kind of performances, or such kind of activities. Secondly, spiritually, because in a spiritual sense, if you do in Hindu mythology, it is being said that we should preserve and conserve our sperm. I mean, in case of males should preserve and conserve their sperm. If they ejaculate beyond a point, it may damages their spiritual strength. And thirdly, emotionally, because porn is just a mechanical performance. There is no involvement of emotions. Just two random people meet and they start doing sex with each other. They get intimate to each other. They kiss each other. They hug each other. They involve into sexual activities with each other. There is no emotional connect. There is nothing, no connection. It's just a mechanical performance. If you watch 3 to 4 videos, even if you do watch soft porn, after watching 3 to 4 videos, you will feel really disappointed and very disconnected, and you will feel like you will develop a kind of repulsive traits for sex, which is not good in long term. So because of these reasons, pornographic content is actually avoided. And thirdly, the psychological impacts of pornographic content on individuals. This is a segment where we need to do a lot of researches, because time to time various social activists and people who have done studies and people who have worked with victims and survivors of sexual violence, and after watching so many interviews of the persons who have committed sexual offenses, it has come into the public domain that this pornographic content is not just about hampering, it's not just limited up to biological performance, but it's also somehow manipulates one individual's choice. It also promotes one person to spread to commit violence against another person, and somehow it justifies and intellectualize and rationalize the violent acts. Because वो जो होता है ना BDSM टाइप वाला वीडियोस, अगर आप देखो तो उसमें, एंड leave it. I mean, if you have watched 50 Shades of Grey, उस मूवी में क्या है, यही है ना कि all sort of violence has been rationalized and intellectualized, and it was shown that um, women actually like violent sexual performances, while this is not the case. I mean, uh, we cannot say that to such people actually. कहा नहीं जा सकता ना कि सभी लोगों को वायलेंट सेक्सुअल कंटेंट पसंद, वायलेंट सेक्सुअल एक्टिविटीज पसंद हो, नहीं कह सकते। अब अगर किसी का इमेजिनेशन रहा होगा 50 शेड्स ऑफ ग्रे, जिसने भी बनाई और जिसने भी लिखी, उनके दिमाग का ये फितूर रहा होगा, उन्हें लगता होगा कि वायलेंस को जस्टिफाई करना और उसे सेक्स के साथ जोड़ना ये जस्टिफिएबल है, इसलिए उन्होंने लिखी और किसी सिरफिरे ने उस पर मूवी बना दी। बट मेरे हिसाब से ये सही नहीं है सोसाइटी में लॉन्ग टर्म में। और एक टाइम के बाद आप एक बार कोई ऐसा बिहेवियर टॉलरेट कर लेगा, ट्वाइस वन पर्सन कैन डू, थ्राइस सम पर्सन कैन डू, बट आफ्टर वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, आफ्टर 5 to 6 times, दैट पर्सन विल आल्सो फील लाइक कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है, ऐसा तो नहीं होना चाहिए। एंड जैसे ही ये स्टेज आती है फिर चीज़ें बहुत अगली टर्न ले लेती हैं। सो साइकोलॉजिकल इम्पैक्ट्स एंड यस, रेप्स और सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस करने वाले लोगों से जब इंटरव्यू वगैरह होते हैं, तो फिर somehow this point has also come into public domain that sexual content, it also motivates people to commit sexual offenses against women. And very often it has been found that people, after watching pornographic content, they try to find an easy targets, and when it comes to easy targets, that means weaker sections, women or children, very often minors, teenagers who cannot come into public domain, who cannot express their dissatisfaction, or who cannot react, who cannot tell to the society what is happening with them. And they very categorically being harassed by such sexual offenders. So we cannot simply say कि पोर्नोग्राफी का कोई असर नहीं पड़ता है सोसाइटी पे या क्राइम को मोटिवेट करने में, ये नहीं कहा जा सकता। हालांकि किस एक्सटेंट में इसका इम्पैक्ट होता है और किस तरीके से लोगों को प्रमोट करता है वायलेंस के लिए, इसके ऊपर रिसर्च की ज़रूरत है। बहुत सारा रिसर्च इसके ऊपर हुआ भी है, लेकिन और भी ज़्यादा साइकोलॉजी के एंगल से इसके ऊपर रिसर्च करने की ज़रूरत है, किस तरीके से लोगों को मोटिवेट करना है। इट विल बी अ ग्रेट हेल्प अगर ऐसा कोई रिसर्च सामने आता है। और अगर आप लोगों में से किसी को पता है ऐसा कुछ रिसर्च हुआ है इस टॉपिक पर, तो प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में जाकर के मुझे ज़रूर बताना, ज़रूर आई वुड लव टू रीड दैट पीस। तो कंक्लूडिंग रिमार्क्स में वी कैन से see, we can say, actually I am also confused today. I don't know what to say. Whether should I say I we should watch porn or we should not watch porn. Uh, to be a safe side, I will say, if you are new and you don't know anything about biological process between men and women, or men, or between men and men, or between women and women, then once or twice you can click a pornographic content. Otherwise, if you think to be a regular watcher of pornographic content, I will not suggest this one. And yes, these are the few things related to porn. And since it is very burning topic, and I thought I should discuss it with you all, uh, because in certain extent it is hampering, it makes an impact on everyone's life actually. So this is it from my side, and feel free for any comment, question, suggestion, query. Bye bye, good night, sweet dreams.